Who Would Win? Ultimate Dinosaur Rumble by Jerry Pallotta, illustrated by Rob Bolster. 16 dinosaurs showed up for a contest to see who is the roughest and toughest. If a dinosaur loses a fight, it is out of the contest. May the most ferocious dinosaur win. No pterosaurs allowed. I'm a flying reptile. No plesiosaurs allowed. I'm an ocean-going reptile. Did you know the word dinosaur means terrible lizard? The first match is Kentrosaurus versus Megalosaurus. Kentrosaurus would not be easy to attack or eat. It is spiky. Round 1, match 1. Kentrosaurus versus Megalosaurus. Name fact: Megalosaurus means big lizard. Megalosaurus was the first dinosaur to be discovered and named. Its fossilized bones were dug up in England. Megalosaurus attacks with its toothy jaw, but Kentrosaurus is too spiky, pointy, and bumpy. Megalosaurus puts up a good fight, but is out of the competition. Kentrosaurus wins. Name fact: Kentrosaurus means prickly lizard. Ankylosaurus had a large solid bump on the end of its tail. Its skin was heavily armored. Name fact: the word saurus means lizard. Ankylosaurus means fused lizard. Round 1, match 2. Ankylosaurus versus Utahraptor. Utahraptor stars in the film Jurassic World. This movie-star dinosaur was about 23 feet long, but only 8 feet tall. That is about as tall as 2 first graders. Is this a fair fight? Ankylosaurus is covered in armor. Fun fact: Utahraptor means Utah's predator. Utahraptor tries to sneak up on Ankylosaurus and slice its unprotected belly, but whoosh! One swipe from Ankylosaurus's tail and Utahraptor is knocked silly. Ankylosaurus moves on to the second round. Ankylosaurus wins. Did you know paleontologists now think the Utahraptor had feathers? Young Choinosaurus was discovered in China. When its remains were first discovered, people thought they were real dragon bones. Some people in other places also once believed this. Young Choinosaurus was bipedal. Definition: bipedal means an animal that walks on 2 legs. Round 1, match 3. Young Choinosaurus versus Taurosaurus. Taurosaurus had the largest skull of any animal that ever lived on land. Its skull was as big as an elephant. Name fact: Taurosaurus means perforated lizard. Definition: perforated means having holes. Taurosaurus had holes in its shield-like skull. Frill fact: the back of Taurosaurus's skull is called its frill. After dodging Taurosaurus's sharp horns, young Choinosaurus bites its legs and slows down Taurosaurus. The limping Taurosaurus is done for. In this fight, the meat eater defeats the plant eater. The biped beats the quadruped. Name fact: this dinosaur's name means lizard found in the town of Yangchuan. Definition: a quadruped is an animal that walks on 4 legs. Young Choinosaurus wins. Not fair. Who matched these two together? Supersaurus is fighting Micropachycephalosaurus. Supersaurus was a giant plant-eating sauropod. Definition: sauropod dinosaurs had long necks, small brains, long tails, and walked on 4 thick legs. Round 1, match 4. Supersaurus versus Micropachycephalosaurus. Micropachycephalosaurus is one of the longest names of any dinosaur. It's a long name, but it was a tiny dinosaur. It was only as big as a goose. Its name means small, thick-headed lizard. Head fact: no one knows why the Micropachycephalosaurus had such a thick skull. Supersaurus steps on Micropachycephalosaurus. Uh-oh, squished. Supersaurus wins. Supersaurus moves on to the second round. Big fact: sauropods were the largest land animals ever. Giganotosaurus had a huge jaw full of sharp teeth. Its jaw was 6 feet long. Giganotosaurus is considered the largest meat-eating dinosaur. You would not want to fight it. It walked and hunted on 2 legs. What's in a name? Giganotosaurus means giant lizard of the south. Definition: two-legged dinosaurs are called theropods. Theropod means beast foot. Theropods walked like birds. Round 1, match 5. Giganotosaurus versus Stegosaurus. This dinosaur is easy to recognize. It had plates on its back and a spiked tail. Name fact: Stegosaurus means roof lizard. Mystery: did Stegosaurus have matching plates or alternating plates on its back? It is no fun fighting Stegosaurus's plates and spiked tail, but Giganotosaurus's powerful jaw overpowers the slow Stegosaurus. After a vicious fight, Giganotosaurus wins. Giganotosaurus wins. Brain fact: Stegosaurus had the smallest brain compared to body size of any dinosaur. Its brain was only the size of a walnut. Don't be confused. A different dinosaur had a similar name, Gigantosaurus. It was a sauropod. Tyrannotitan lived about 100 million years ago. In real life, it would never have met a Tyrannosaurus rex or T-Rex, which lived at a later time. Because Tyrannotitan lived in an earlier age, its brain was probably not as developed as T-Rex's. Name fact: Tyrannotitan means giant tyrant. Round 1, match 6. Tyrannotitan versus Tyrannosaurus rex. Just call me T-Rex. Everyone knows this creature. It's one of the most famous dinosaurs. Go T-Rex go. Timeline: T-Rex lived about 65 million years ago. T-Rex is smarter. It runs at Tyrannotitan and bites off an arm. Tyrannotitan is shocked. As it decides what to do next, T-Rex charges full speed and bites a chunk out of its neck. The fight is over. T-Rex wins. Unsolved. No one knows for sure why T-Rex had 2 tiny arms and only 2 tiny fingers. Horns everywhere. It would hurt to bite this dinosaur's face. Styracosaurus was an herbivore. Its teeth were perfect for slicing and munching plants. Definition: herbivores eat only plants. Fact: little horns are called hornlets. Round 1, match 7. Styracosaurus versus Spinosaurus. Spiked lizard versus spined lizard. Behold Spinosaurus. It may have been the perfect fighting dinosaur. It was fast, strong, light, and long. It had huge teeth on its jaw and it could swim. Many dinosaur fans are rooting for Spinosaurus to win the championship. Spinosaurus could hunt on land and in the water. Go Spinosaurus go. Color fact: no one really knows what color the dinosaurs were or if they were multicolored. Spinosaurus goes head to head with Styracosaurus. Ouch, too many sharp horns. They hurt. Styracosaurus is too slow. Shifty Spinosaurus sneaks around to the back of Styracosaurus. Spinosaurus bites Styracosaurus in the rear end. Styracosaurus is bleeding. This fight is over. No surprise here. Speed beats horns. Spinosaurus wins. Name fact: Spinosaurus means spine lizard. Mouth fact: Styracosaurus's mouth was shaped like a beak. Many Allosaurus fossils have been discovered around the world. One dig site alone in Utah produced 60 different Allosaurus specimens. This dinosaur ate meat and walked on 2 legs. Its vertebrae bones were shaped differently than other dinosaurs. We may never know if it hunted in packs or alone. Definition: vertebrae are an animal's backbones. Name fact: Allosaurus means different lizard. Round 1, match 8. Allosaurus versus Apatosaurus. Apatosaurus was a long sauropod-type dinosaur with a tail like a bullwhip. When this huge creature walked, it must have sounded like thunder. Tricky name: Apatosaurus means deceptive lizard. It is sometimes confused with Brontosaurus, which means thunder lizard. Allosaurus runs, opens its mouth, and jumps on Apatosaurus. Apatosaurus is huge, between 75 to 85 feet long. Apatosaurus can defend itself well. It waits for Allosaurus to make another charge. It turns its body, sets its 4 legs, and whips its tail. Whack! The tail hits Allosaurus across the neck and knocks the wind out of it. Another tail shot. Whoosh! Whack! That tail is huge. Allosaurus' neck is broken. Apatosaurus wins. Apatosaurus is the victor despite its small head and small brain. Fact: dinosaur footprints are also called trackways. On we go to the second round. Only 8 dinosaurs are left. Kentrosaurus was armored with sharp weapons. It looked like it could inflict pain if attacked. Kentrosaurus did not look cute and huggable at all. Name fact: a scientist that studies fossils and prehistoric life is called a paleontologist. Round 2, match 1. Kentrosaurus versus Ankylosaurus. Ankylosaurus was defensively armored and plated for protection. The body was low to the ground and difficult to attack. It looked like a tank. It even had horns covering its neck. Fact: Ankylosaurus was twice as big as Kentrosaurus. Both of these dinosaurs were herbivores. These two don't eat each other, so why would they fight? They might battle over territory, plants to eat, or water to drink. The smaller Kentrosaurus hits Ankylosaurus with his tail. Its tail bounces off Ankylosaurus' armor. Ankylosaurus gets close, swings its hammer-like tail, and breaks Kentrosaurus' leg bones. Whack! Whack! Kentrosaurus falls over. Ankylosaurus wins. Ankylosaurus moves on to what we'll call the Dino Final Four. Timeline: in geological time, the Jurassic period began around 200 million years ago. This is a fight that fans have been waiting for. Giganotosaurus was bigger than T-Rex. They both had a similar body design. Giganotosaurus had a huge jaw and strong legs. Fact: Giganotosaurus had 3 fingers on each short arm. Round 2, match 2. Giganotosaurus versus Tyrannosaurus Rex. T-Rex had an advantage. Its jaw was much more powerful. Maybe T-Rex was like an orca, also called a killer whale, a perfect hunting machine. Foot fact: T-Rex had 4 toes, just like a chicken, 3 in front and 1 in back. Giganotosaurus walks over to T-Rex. It's not used to fighting an equal. T-Rex pretends to bite but swings its body and whips Giganotosaurus with its heavy tail. T-Rex attacks and gives Giganotosaurus something he didn't expect, a hip check. While Giganotosaurus is off balance, T-Rex bites Giganotosaurus' neck. T-Rex doesn't let go. Tyrannosaurus Rex wins. Once again, we have a meat eater against a plant eater. We also could describe this fight as carnivore versus herbivore, enormous mouth versus small mouth, 2 legs versus 4 legs, hunter versus forager. Definition: an animal forager searches for plants and other foods to eat. Did you know young Choinosaurus weighed about 3 tons? Round 2, match 3. Young Choinosaurus versus Supersaurus. Supersaurus was one of the largest animals that ever walked on land. It weighed up to 40 tons. Its tail was up to 40 feet long. Its neck was longer than its tail. Other huge sauropods, Ultrasaurus, Giganotosaurus, Brachiosaurus, Argentinosaurus, or Diplodocus could have been in this book. How could they fight an aggressive, sharp-toothed meat eater? Their size and height were great advantages. As young Choinosaurus leaps and tries to bite chunks out of its foe, Supersaurus just trots towards young Choinosaurus and gets ready to step on it. 40 tons is a lot of weight. Supersaurus' body is high in the air, hard for young Choinosaurus to reach. Supersaurus bumps the smaller dinosaur with its long neck that rises up on its hind legs and crushes young Choinosaurus with its feet. Young Choinosaurus has broken ribs and a broken leg. Goodbye, young Choinosaurus. Supersaurus wins. Supersaurus is the 3rd dinosaur to get to the Dino Final Four. Timeline: the Triassic period began about 250 million years ago. Apatosaurus was a huge dinosaur. It ate up to 800 pounds of vegetation per day. It was up to 75 feet long. Scientists say it kept on growing and growing. Round 2, match 4. Apatosaurus versus Spinosaurus. Spinosaurus can send shivers down your spine. It is fast, long, and has a strong jaw with scary teeth. It is bigger than a T-Rex, but first it must defeat Apatosaurus. Did you know Spinosaurus may have fought ancient crocodiles? Spinosaurus walks near Apatosaurus but stays out of range of its swinging head and whip-like tail. When Apatosaurus turns its head, Spinosaurus jumps up and rips a chunk out of its shoulder. Apatosaurus's shoulder starts bleeding. Spinosaurus runs to the other side and bites again. Spinosaurus wins. Championship match coming soon. Dino Final Four. This rugged plant eater can smell the T-Rex. It knows the T-Rex is a troublemaker. Armor fact. Ankylosaurus's armor was on top. Not much was on its underbelly. Round 3, Match 1. Ankylosaurus versus Tyrannosaurus Rex. When it was younger, T-Rex got whacked by an Ankylosaurus tail. It hasn't forgotten the painful bump it got on its head. T-Rex runs full speed with its head down. Smash! T-Rex knows the Ankylosaurus's armor is too thick to bite. T-Rex needs to flip it over so it can bite its softer belly. Ankylosaurus is now helpless on its back. T-Rex takes a giant bite and moves on to the championship match. T-Rex wins. Fossil fact. A dinosaur hunter named Barnum Brown found the first Ankylosaurus and T-Rex fossils. It sounds like thunder as Supersaurus approaches Spinosaurus. Boom, boom, boom go its feet. Round 3, Match 2. Supersaurus versus Spinosaurus. Spinosaurus is fast. It runs at Supersaurus and attacks it between its front and back legs. Question: would the versatile Spinosaurus prefer to fight on land, in a swamp, or in deep water? Definition: versatile means able to adapt to different situations. Spinosaurus has plenty of energy. It bites and backs off, then bites and backs off again. Spinosaurus avoids Supersaurus's huge tail and long neck. It takes time, but Supersaurus loses too much blood and eventually collapses. Spinosaurus wins. On to the finals. Championship match. Tyrannosaurus Rex versus Spinosaurus. The long necks are gone. The armored dinosaurs are gone. The plant eaters are gone. The spiked dinosaurs are gone. The plated dinosaurs are gone. This is the fight that readers and dinosaurs have been waiting for. Jaw versus jaw. T-Rex has a stronger and wider jaw. Spinosaurus is longer but thinner. Spinosaurus also has a longer jaw. Both dinosaurs have a mouth full of sharp teeth. T-Rex charges, but quicker Spinosaurus jumps out of the way. Spinosaurus runs headfirst and bites T-Rex's jaw. Spinosaurus's biting muscles are way stronger than the muscle T-Rex uses to open his mouth. Spinosaurus bites harder and deeper. Now T-Rex can't bite back. Spinosaurus holds on. It uses its longer arms to scratch T-Rex. T-Rex loses. Spinosaurus wins. This is one way the competition might have ended. Write your own ending or think of a new version of an Ultimate Rumble book. The end.